Some of the best stories in sports. Everyone standing as the madness has officially begun. The first four off and running here in Dayton, Ohio. This is C.J. Hines up high off glass. And he's going to get us our first points of the night. Little floater that time from Hines, no good. Obviously, young man playing with confidence. What a pass. Pinedo, the catch and the finish. Yeah. Student athletes are going to handle the right late to this moment. Obviously, the biggest moments of their basketball journeys.
Pretty.
What a finish. It's Knox out of Memphis, Tennessee, and Bartlett High School.
He gets a little wound up and thinks he could go in the right direction. Oh, it just dropped down. Beauty.
Knox lost his footing, and Kelly able to take advantage.
Kelly is a guy, Spiro, who's been going under the radar a little bit in terms of the recognition, because in the last 6 games, their win streak, he's been playing terrific basketball. Nice work right there by Moncrief to slow that down. You know, I think it's going to play out the way both of these teams are pretty good with the basketball, not turning it over, and it'll be interesting with Alabama State with their guard play on cue.
Boy, C.J. Hines hasn't been bashful at the start. 7-6 with just under 5 minutes gone by in this opening half. Another turnover committed by St. Francis, their third. Nice on the attack, near corner. This is Simpson lighting the lamp from deep. Really good officiating crew here in Dayton. Clarence Armstrong, Amy Bonner, Anthony Torres. Another corner three.
We'll have 666 of them left in the tournament this year.
Just in case you're scoring at home. What a beautiful dime underneath as they set the table to Pinedo. They've really turned their season around right around the beginning of February. And they have never looked back since. Nice defensive play on the interior. 4th turnover created. And then at the other end, the Hornets capitalized right at the cup. It's Deontay Bass getting his first 2 of the night.
See the defensive effort here right across it. Now watch him come right down the middle of the floor, basically. Just a little bit to our left looking at that. A lot of times you make that defensive play, it gives you a little extra energy. And he got down in a hurry.
Boy, they 2-man pick and roll action. Pinedo! Plus contact.
See if they do that. You see the little traps that they're trying to come up with quickly. Those are good hands.
Sannon. That was Ocon who got a hand in, and that's the 6th turnover that the Hornets have forced. And meantime, they turn it into some points. He's seen a whole lot of that in the last year plus. So a 5-point lead for St. Francis. Beautiful looking stroke. That is Bass.
Good recognition that he just hit one from the other side.
Walker double team. They come over to help with Cranford. The kick, that's an open 3. Simpson. And the loose ball corralled by Parker. Up ahead they work quickly. Bobby Rosenberger, who's checked in, and that's a 3.
When you're in mid-stroke like that, it's always better to regather.
So we hit the 8-minute mark left in this first half. Parker, 2-man action. Beautiful setup, Pinedo, and he's got 11.
It's just way too easy offensively the way they're executing St. Francis.
So Pinedo already has exceeded his season average, and that's a 3. Tyler Mack. 4-point lead for St. Francis. Tough catch for Matlock in the corner.
Yeah, how about the catch and then drive by occasionally?
Oh boy, Bass starting to cook.
Can't get the rhythm. He's a 39% 3-point shooter too, so he's getting looks, but he's just not comfortable getting his feet underneath him.
This is Cranford. That's a 3.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
Matlock stops and hits.
That's usually the shot a guard will hit like that, Spiro. When you come to the lane, you lose your balance just a touch. Plant that left foot if you're a right-handed shooter. Nice steal here out front.
Octave on the push. Moncrief got a fingertip on it. 7 to shoot. Sannon bodied up. Cranford deep shot. Splash!
Oh, baby.
So both teams now starting to kick it into high gear. 1:15 left before half. Parker, corner 3. That's good.
And they generally get good shots. Remember that interview that John Rothstein had with the coach about 8 minutes ago. Don't turn it over and we'll be okay.
Boy, just a beautiful under control move and finish by Knox.
A little motion away from the ball right now. Better than we saw in the first half. Yep, there you go.
Boy, they'd love to get him going. C.J. Hines, the Atlanta product. Offensive rebound, Moncrief gets it back. Pinedo, the kick. Excellent ball movement. This is Kelly. Corner pocket three. Second basket for Kelly. And St. Francis, told you about their three-point prowess. Boy, what a maneuver underneath for a St. Francis team that is in the dance for only the second time ever. What a pass. Moncrief dropping a dime to Pinedo. This is Hines, a little bit too much. Boy, nice little step back. That's just Stephen Walker underneath. One senior seated to her left.
Oh boy, here we go.
There's the theft. Knox on the intercept. Misses, and then the tip in by Octave.
Great work. Nice switch up coming out with some full court action just then. There's that hard double team. Worst place to go into that corner just then.
And now they get him reset to Knox. Knox against Kelly. Tough defender. Here he comes, chiseling his way to the cup.
Breakdown.
Cranford, boy, pretty spin. Kelly, the rebound, gets it to Pinedo.
They just seem a little bit more confident to me than they did in the first half. Because they're putting it on the floor and challenging.
Boy, Knox taking some contact. Kelly and Moncrief walling up on the interior of that defense. Catch and shoot. This is Simpson, and he buries another three.
Beautiful execution, too.
Told you about St. Francis, upper 35 percentile in the country in made threes.
Ocon just put his head down. He didn't know the ball was coming his way.
Sannon on the attack, lays it in. Riley Parker, the three-point sharpshooter. Pinedo into the corner. This is Clayville, short.
Good no call. Two guys working for the glass.
Hines on the push to the rim. They got him. Parker outside. Fulcher. Fulcher's going to fire, and he sticks it.
I like the way he's turned down his first shot, too. That would have been a quick shot in that sequence. I know you get a lot of good shots. He shoots it at 39%. That's why you're seeing him. They set plays up for him coming off the out of bounds.
C.J. Hines, can he get his game going? Look at Parker. Fulcher's going to get him reset. The young man out of Brooklyn, New York, University of Buffalo transfer. Boy, what vision inside. Gets it to Walker. Gets a high Walker screen. He's going to pull.
Look up. You get a layup if you hurry.
Clayville open. Underneath and flicks it up and in.
Great look from the backcourt just then.
Now to Simpson. Time now down to 8 seconds. Guarded by Parker. 5 to shoot. Simpson inside. Kelly got a fingertip on it. Jimmy, 1.3 to shoot, so the Hornets have to work quickly here deep in the corner. This is a pull-up three. No good from Walker. The putback. Madlock. Hiring Robbie in 2012.
What a great career he had, but nothing more stressful than this.
Madlock taking contact.
Finally, they show a little different look just then. They go to the elbow, and instead of driving it to the basket, watch this quick release right here. Remember John Rothstein's interview with Rob Krimmel about at halftime. We don't want to turn the basketball over.
Hines! This is Damar Kelly probing, shot clock down to 3. He's got to hurry.
He's got to go right here.
Moncrief, the reach in, and they don't get a shot off in time. Cranford hounded by Octave, 7 to shoot. Cranford turns the corner, high off glass. One of the biggest possessions of the season, and he's tied this game for St. Francis.
They're looking to drive that ball again. Watch this.
Miracle shot.
Where did that come from? Right now, and here's kind of one of those magical miracle type shots that we see in March. Look at where that thing.
Riley Parker picks up the dribble down to Moncrief, forcing his way, lost it. Octave.
Out of bounds basically, and here's the steal. Nice little strip, and Octave goes down the other way to finish this one off. A little closer to the three-point line. But getting there, there you go, that's better.
Crawford dials it up from deep. St. Francis had scored just 7 points in the last 9 minutes before that make. Madlock taking out all comers. Kelly
boy.
Pass. Boy, Cranford, how did he save that on the sideline? 6 to shoot. Moncrief looking for some daylight. He will fire. And he buries it. Foul situation. St. Francis. Jim digging deep. Chris. 3.4 seconds left, and here we go. This is where dreams are made.
They're going for it all.
Simpson, home run play. The deflection. Layup.
Thinking that somebody was going to get a hand on it, but watch this, Spiro. Everybody gets a hand on it, and they get a friendly.
Looking for some March magic right here. Moncrief at the horn, and it is over in Dayton. Alabama State has won its first ever NCAA tournament game in a thriller.